Hey kindergarten friends, welcome to our circle time this week. I hope you enjoyed your first week back to school after the winter break. We're into our second week of learning and we have lots of more fun activities for you to do this week. We continue with our theme of winter and snowmen and that sort of thing. I'll talk to you a little bit more later in the circle time video about some of the activities we'll be doing this week. Okay, let's get started with our welcome song. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to kindergarten. Good afternoon to you. Show me with your thumbs what kind of a day are you having so far today? Is it positive, comfortable feelings, in between feelings, or negative, uncomfortable feelings? All of those feelings are okay. One thing that I want to talk to you about, Miss Jess made a little video for us this week for our what we call our wellness corner. So our wellness corner, we're going to be talking about our emotions, talking about our social emotional learning, the way we feel, the way we act, that sort of thing. So that's something that we're adding onto our task sheet for the week, and Miss Jess has a wellness video about giving compliments and what it means to give a compliment. So a compliment's when you say something nice to somebody else or something nice about somebody else. So make sure you watch that video and she'll talk to you a little bit more about what that means, okay? So our kind of circle time has changed up a little bit. We're not doing a color and a letter of the day and a number of the day, that sort of thing. We are kind of grouping it into some different categories. So now we have sight words, and I'm going to show you the letters that we have for the whole week, okay? So we've gone through the letters, I think 2 whole times of going through the letters. So now we're kind of on our third round of letters, okay? So for this round, we want to focus on the formation of the lowercase letter and also focus on the sound that those letters make. Okay, friends, so our first kind of group of letters are all letters that we make the same as we make the lowercase letter. They're just a little bit smaller. So let's look at this letter here. What is it? It's the letter C, you're right. Now, uppercase C and lowercase c, friends, they look the same. It's just uppercase C is tall and lowercase c is small. So I say tall, small, hanging letters, okay? So lowercase c is a small letter. So when you're writing that, you just write it about half the size. Okay, what's our next letter? This is O, octopus. And same with the letter C, you make it about half the size of the O. I forgot to talk about the sound for C. C says k, like car. I've also linked Heidi songs for you guys. So on our task sheet, if you link to the letter, it'll take you to Heidi songs, and the login information is on the task sheet there. You should only have to log in just the first time, and then your device will save that login. But if not, it is written on the task sheet. So there is a song to go with each letter, and it talks about the sounds and how to make the letters as well, okay? Okay, here's our next one. What's this letter? That's an S. And S says S, like a saw. And you guys have these letter cards too, so you might have been practicing this already. You might already be really good at this. Okay, next letter. It's the letter V. V says V. And we slide down, slide up, just like we do for the uppercase. It's just about half the size. So on your page, your practice page for your circle time, I want you to practice a few of these letters, okay? Maybe 3, 4, 5 of each letter. And that's what you can send to me. And our last letter for the week is a W. Now, friends, I have a question. Does W say d? Well, let's check the picture. The picture is going to help us out. The picture is of a watermelon. W actually says W for watermelon. Can you say W with me? Watermelon. Okay, I'm going to show you the cards again. This time, friends, we're just going to say the sound, okay? ah. My mouth makes an O sound when I say ah. S, like saw or snake. V for volcano. And W for watermelon. Now, the other new learning that we have this week is our printing book. So I had times for you to come and pick up your printing book. I think most of you have. If you have not got your printing book, you need to message me. We need to get this to you because this is going to be something that we'll be doing every day for the next few weeks until we get through the book, okay? So inside, you'll see a letter formation chart. Shows you the uppercase and it shows you the lowercase. And then the order of the letters that we're going, the order that we give them to you is the order that they are in the book. So it's really easy to find out what goes next, okay? So there's 3 pages for each letter. That one, you're practicing the lines. And then there's some more practice here. And then on this page, oops, there's some information about the beginning letter. So you say the picture, and if it begins with that sound, friends, you'll circle it. So we have to have really good listening to listen for the sound. So I want you to say the sound and listen, say the word and listen for the sound. Cactus. Does it make a k sound like the C? Yes, it does. So that's when you would circle. Let's say this one. Pig. Does pig have a k sound in it? It doesn't, so you can just leave it. Candle. How about that? Violin. Is that a C sound? No. Car. That one is. And how about the last one? Dice. Doesn't have a C sound in it. Nope. So we're just looking for the beginning sound. So you circle the ones, and then down here you look for the C's and you can circle them. It says to dot it. You can dot it with your bingo dabber if you want, but if you don't have a bingo dabber and you just want to circle them, that's okay too, friends. Okay, and if you look on the next page, there's always kind of a blank page there as well. Before it goes on to the next letter, there's a blank page. So friends, on the blank page, that's where you can practice writing more of the letter. You can also draw some pictures of things that start with that letter. So that's kind of what that blank page is for, just a little bit of an extra practice page. And so the book is the same for the rest of the letters. There's 3 pages. They're all the same, just the letter is different, and then they all have that blank page for that's your extra practice page, okay? So that's the printing book. Okay, now like I said, we have sight words, right? So we had our sight words for last week. Now friends, I only gave you 4 sight words last week, and I was supposed to give you 5. That was my mistake. So the sight word you didn't have last week is 1. So every week there's a color word and a number word. I forgot to give you the number 1, okay? Now this week we have 5 words, and each week we will have 5 new words, okay? So I'm going to show you the word. If you know it, say it with me, and if you don't know it, that's okay. We're going to learn. This is the word no. How about this one? See. S-E-E-C. You might write this one when you're writing notes to people or cards. It's love. L-O-V-E, love. Now we have a color word and a number word each week. What's this? B-L-U-E, blue. Now on our task sheet, all of these words are linked. So if you click on those links, it brings you to, it's again, a Heidi song. So if you need the login for Heidi songs, it's on the task sheet. But if you click on the link, it takes you to these words, okay? So be watching those videos, and they're fun to watch more than once, okay? It's a good thing to practice every day. And our number word for the week is the number 2. T-W-O, 2. Okay. Now, I showed you, there's a video on our task sheet, and I'm showing you a fun way to practice your sight words. Now, you can do it with the words from this week, and you can do it with the words from last week. You can kind of add them in. It's snacking sight words. You get to practice your sight words while you're having a snack. So the video with more information on that is on our task sheet, okay? All right, friends. Now, the other thing that I want to show you, and we can practice this a little bit now, is our sensory bag. So this is another thing on your task sheet for the week. So you're gonna put something kind of squishy into a bag, and you will use that to find some letters, okay? But I'm gonna show you how to do that with numbers. So just give me a minute here to get set up. Okay, so I have my sensory bag here, and I have numbers behind there, okay? So how you can use this is you push it to the side, and then you find that number. What's the number? Say the number that you find. That's a number 5. And then, once you find it, then you practice writing it, okay? So I'm just gonna write it over here. Okay, and then you squish it around and see what else you can find. What did I find here? That's a 4, so then I can draw 4 dots on the dice. So that's just another fun activity that you can do as well. Okay, that's on our task sheet, so I won't do too much of that during our circle time. Okay, another thing I want to do is more or less. So I'm going to roll the dice. Okay, that's a number 5. Can you show me one more than 5? So if you have 5, what's one more? Count how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm going to roll it again. Okay, the number 2. Friends, can you show me what's one more than 2? So if you have 2 and you add 1, how many is it? You're right, it's 3. And that's something you can practice with your dice. You can do more or less, okay? All right, our last thing before I say goodbye to you is our poem for the week. Okay, so it's called Snowman. It goes like this. Snowman, snowman, round and white, I wonder what you do at night. Snowman, snowman, let's have fun before you melt in the warm spring sun. Did you hear some words that sound the same? Fun, sun. So that's another task that we have for you this week, friends. You're going to fill out this sheet about rhyming words that sound the same. And when we meet for our one-on-one assessment, so parents, if you haven't already signed up for a one-on-one assessment, make sure you do that. When we meet, we are going to be talking about beginning sounds of words, rhyming words, and letter sounds. So if you need a little bit of practice before we meet, that might be something good to work on, okay? Okay, friends, that's all I have for you for our circle time today. Thank you so much for joining me. It's time for us to sing our goodbye song. It's time to say goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. We'll see you all later. It's time to say goodbye. Bye, friends. You have a great day. Take care.